Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Oh boy, I have a really fun one for us today. Victoria Beckham Beauty has added 3 liners to her Satin Kajal liners. These are the 3 Satin Kajal Summer Collection liners. We are going to try them all on. And we are going to put them with every single one of, well, not every single one. I'll explain in a moment. There's been an incident, but almost every single one but one of her Satin Kajal liners that she's ever released. I am a collector of them. I love them. We are going to also play with the shades, do a demo where we try them in a few different ways. You'll have to stick around to see it, what I did here with one of the liners by combining it with a lid luster. So lots of good stuff to do. Let's go ahead and get started. Victoria Beckham Beauty is famous for her Satin Kajal liners. Many of you say they're the only liners that stay on your eye. Some even feel that some shades work better than others. They are $30 each and come with a sharpener, or you can opt out of the sharpener. I always opt in. There's never a sharpener around when I need it, so I always opt in. And we have 3 new colors for summer, but we are, like I said, going to look at them all. Now let me just stop for a minute and back up, because here's a question I get asked a lot. Like if I had a dime for every time type thing. People talk about how to sharpen these. These are wood. They sharpen like a normal wooden eyeliner would sharpen. You can use a Victoria Beckham Beauty sharpener. You can use your own sharpener. Now I am getting I had 3 comments in the last week of people telling me that certain of their Victoria Beckham Beauty pencils are sharpening in the Victoria Beckham sharpener and certain aren't. Like it's like they're not touching the sides and they're just spinning. So there seems to have been something up with either the sharpeners or the size of the pencils, and people have been, if you are one of those people, that's having that problem, you can probably remedy it with another sharpener in your collection, or even a cheapo one off Amazon, to be honest with you. But I have heard of it happening. These will sharpen for you, but I have heard of people having trouble and people having problems with them breaking after sharpening, and I don't know what that's about. If you have some insight into that or it's happened to you, you can let us all know down below. All right, let's continue on. For summer, we have 3 shades that have been introduced. We have, and we'll look at the swatches in just a moment, Electric Blue, kind of self-explanatory there. Cherry Blossom, also kind of self-explanatory, and Sour Apple. Now you're getting a preview of the played with look that I did with the Sour Apple, but we're also going to use them just on their own so you can see what all of these look like. As I said, I have been collecting these babies since the very beginning, and there are now a total of 18 of these Satin Kajal liners. If you wanted to throw in the under eye brightener pencil, I guess that would be 19, but I'm not including that in here. It's not a Satin Kajal as such. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to show you these in 2 different lights, and let me just first say, oh my goodness, my Cocoa, come home, Victoria Beckham Beauty Cocoa, come home. I was not cruel to the Cocoa shade, but the Cocoa shade is gone, and the only thing I could think of is that one of a member of my staff, it's only me, it's just me, one of the members of my huge staff employed just to put away makeup after filming, put it in the wrong box. And I box things by brand, and I think it's in with the wrong brand, and I've yet to find it, but I miss you, Victoria Beckham Beauty Cocoa shade. Please come back to me. Please. Okay, let's take a look at all the shades I have minus the Cocoa on my arm. First, in studio lighting, we're going to start with our brand new Electric Blueberry. Wait till you see me try it on. And then our brand new Cherry Blossom, followed by the brand new Sour Apple. I think what those shades are and where they are on my arm is fairly self-explanatory. We're going to follow it with Surfside, Fig. Cocoa would go there if she were here. Ash, Black, Navy Noir, and Bordeaux. Then we have the shimmer shades. Those are the mattes. The shimmer shades are Copper, Olive, Bronze, and Sea Gray. And winding up my arm all the way to my wrist, we have the jewel tone shades, which are Night Flash, Gold Lame, Sequin Green, and Smoky Quartz. See, Cocoa, you are missing the party. Cocoa, you are missing the party. And Bordeaux, that shade all the way back up with the mattes, is the one that everyone says can run a little bit. And we always compare it to Carrie, the movie. It can run down your face. If you know, you know. All right, we want to take these outside to see them in the warm California sunshine. Here we are again in order. We have new electric blueberry, new cherry blossom, new sour apple, then matte surfside fig, cocoa would be there, ash, black, navy noir, and Bordeaux, little space, and our shimmer shades, copper, olive, bronze, and sea gray, and then of course our jewel tones, night flash, gold lame, sequin green, and smoky quartz. Everybody get together and will the cocoa shade to come back to me. It is here somewhere. It hasn't gotten up and walked away. Maybe it has. Maybe I'm using it too much and it needed a vacation. I don't know. Well, I am definitely in the spirit. I've got my new bright shirt on and we are ready to try these on and to experiment with them just a little bit. I have to tell you, when I ordered these, I thought to myself, oh, these are way too bright for me to ever wear. And I am loving them and eating my words. That's what is so fun about working with these shades and this job that I have here, if you can call it that, because it's sure a lot of fun. All right, let's go ahead to the demo. Okay, let's try out this electric blueberry, and I really think that these shades look best when they're also in the waterline, so we're going to do that. It's going to make taking it off a little harder, but let's make it look good. And I also always in these demos make a lot of use of the little sponge. So here is electric blue, and what I'm going to start by doing is putting it in the waterline and tightlining. Let's do that. Now, sometimes for me, I admit, this can be all I do, and then the rest of the eye, I'll just do something else or something even a little bit plain or boring and let that be the statement, because it really does show even in the waterline. But for today, we are going to actually put it all over the eye. Let's give it a try. I did a messy line here, and I'm going to take the back, the little sponge, and just kind of blend it out a little bit, so that it's not so jarring. If you'd like to do a more intense graphic line, of course, be my guest. And then I'm going to do just a little bit more. I'm not really going to do a full eye like I would if this were, say, the gray shade. You know, let's keep it a little bit subtle, but we want it to be summery and bright. So let's try a little bit more. And as you can see, I even kind of winged it out a little bit. And of course, with mascara, you would have a really pretty summery blue eye. Again, you could choose just to line with it to add a little pop of color, or you can go all the way out like Victoria Beckham shows on the website, where you have a really graphic, intense, fun line. But for me, add in a little bit of mascara and I have a pretty summer blue eye. All right, let's try it here next with our cherry blossom on the other eye, and then we'll put the sour apple on both eyes, okay? So let's do the same thing with cherry blossom. First, I'm gonna line with it. Let's see how that pink does and if it makes me look like I'm just really suffering from summer allergies. Okay, what do you think just lining it? I think it looks pink and not red. I don't think it looks necessarily allergy-ish. It's very kind of electro rave 90s, I feel like. And I'm going to do a little bit into the corner with this one. I could have done that on the blue, but I'm just going to do that in the inside corner right there. I just think that looks kind of fun in the pink. All right, and then we're going to do a messy line and blur it out with the sponge. Now, funnily enough, I just got a little bit of the pink into the lashes, and I have to tell you that community member Veronica told me this would happen, and she said when that gets into your eyelashes, which it just did, she said I would think of her, and I did, and I told her I would mention it too, and I did. Because she was right. She was right. Okay, let's see. This is actually pretty because it blurs out. I'm dragging out the edges a little bit. It blurs out almost into a purple. And again, I don't have mascara to go with this, which I think ruins any eye look. But we have our electric blueberry, is that what it is? and cherry blossom. It must be that electric, the word electric blueberry, that's making me feel like a really kind of acid house 90s type thing. Which, I mean, you know, I might not be far off with what they were thinking when they designed these. But I think that's actually really pretty. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I think I prefer the blue. What about you guys? But the sour apple I'm really interested in. So let's go ahead and get ready. I'm going to really scrub my eyes to get these off because I have it in the waterline and everything, and these like to stay. So I'm going to make sure I get it all off, and then we're going to try the sour apple together. Stay ready. Okay, this, I got to tell you, this is the first time I have ever put Bifacil on a Q-tip and run it in the waterline. Let's hope I don't cause any problems for myself. I'm not kidding. So if you have a little bit of blue or a little bit of pink, please use a willing suspension of disbelief, as they say, because I started getting a little scared. I was poking around there to get all that off. I think I did a pretty good job, but there's some remnants. Okay, let's do both eyes with sour apple, and then we're going to do another little experiment afterwards. First, I'm going to line and then tight line both eyes with sour apple. So let's speed it up and do this. Okay, so far just lined. I'm really liking this color more than I thought. Now I'm going to do a messy kind of liner on the lid, and then we're going to blur that out a little bit of pink on there. We're pretending we don't see. It won't matter. Okay. Here's our liner. I kind of like it messy though. I don't know how much I want to blend it, to be entirely honest with you. Let's try the other eye. Yeah, I'm kind of liking it messy. I don't really want to blend it out too much. I actually kind of like that, and I want to fill in these little areas here. How summer ready is that with my little t-shirt? I got my bright t-shirt here for summer. And I'm kind of liking that. Now, what I'm going to do, we're going to try to play with this look a little bit. And this could have been done with the pink or the blue. You know, use your imagination depending on the color that you like a little more. I'm going to add a little more. For me, this would really be it. But let's, you know, let's go ahead and just add a little bit more. We're going to do something else too. And then kind of just blend it out here. Okay. And as you blend it, the green tames. It goes less kind of sour apple and more kind of like a light green, a turtle green, I would call it, kind of. And take it out here. I love the sponge on these. It's so useful. It's just like its own little tool. Okay, so now we have all green. I really like it. I think it just brightens things up. I have green eyes. If you had blue eyes or brown eyes, it would be lovely though. It really. Okay, but let's go ahead and take a brush. I brought over the Victoria Beckham Beauty lid luster in Starlight, and really I could have grabbed any others. And I brought a little Sonia G brush with me, and I thought, what if I took a little bit? Sometimes I use my fingers on this, just a little bit, and just kind of added it in. I could have used my finger, just kind of added it over, right? Because I think these are going to blend really nicely. Now look at here. Look what I've done, you guys. Go ahead and take a look at this eye with the Starlight. You can choose your shade. You could even have used the mirror, the silver, really, it doesn't matter. Over and compared to this, it's really actually toned it down quite a bit. Now, because I went ahead and did the waterline, I'm not going to lie, it makes it a little bit louder. But what if, let's say, you know, you have to use your imagination a little bit here. I only have two eyes. Let's say I hadn't done it so, you know, boldly in the waterline, and I had just done the liner underneath with this Starlight over the top, and just did, you know, a brown or a black liner, you know, like I normally would. We would have a much tamer look, and I think that should make you realize that you can kind of do that across the board with these. So again, I'm getting that real punch of sour apple color because you're seeing it underneath in the waterline. But if you weren't, you would really just kind of see almost a golden, greeny lime shade as I apply this over the sheared out sour apple. And I think that's going to be, we've landed on my favorite way that I want to wear this for summer. I don't mind it with the bright sour apple green underneath, but I'm saying you could do my long lost Cocoa. I hope Cocoa comes back home, but you could do Cocoa and have a much more subdued look and almost have created your own look up top. Again, this is the Starlight Lid Luster, but you could use, this would have worked with the silver too. You know, you could do whatever you want that will complement your eyes and complement a bright summer look. And I gotta tell you, I love it more than I thought I would. That is a fun summer eye. So I am really enjoying these more than I thought I would, to be totally honest. Let me know your thoughts. Did you pick any of these up? After seeing this video and seeing that you can really tone them down, might you decide to pick them up now? I would love to know your thoughts. That's what makes us a community. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. If you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that we can continue to grow. And come say a big hello and give me a follow over on TikTok and Instagram too. Don't forget that you can become a bigger member, or bigger part, I should say, of this community by becoming a channel member or by giving super thanks. But in any way that you are here, I am thrilled to have you, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye-bye.